We bought a train layout on Facebook Marketplace. Let's check it out. I'm Connor from Connor's Train Corner, and as you can see, the 4 foot by 8 foot HO scale layout has made it to the bedroom. Yes, I said the bedroom. My wife, who helped me load and unload this thing, is that amazing. Before we get too far, leave a comment below with how much you think we spent on this. And be sure to watch to the end to find out just how little it actually was. Now the layout, again, 4 foot by 8 foot, is based roughly on a New England town along the coast with a nice little river running through dividing it. I know a lot of people don't like the 4x8s because they feel constrained by it, but to me the track plan and the scenery really makes this layout feel like it's bigger than it is. And although the era is kind of transition and not quite what I model, I think I can work with it and maybe bring a couple things into the modern era. Now, I was told that the layout was in running condition, and as you can see, there are definitely some things that need repair. And we're going to get into all that, but again, I was told this was a running test layout. Now, for what I paid for it, the track alone was pretty much worth it, as was all the scenery. But clearly this wasn't in running condition, as there's a steel rod sticking up out of this switch and one more. Now, for those who don't know, this rod connects to a Tortoise switch motor underneath the layout. This allows you to electronically throw your switches without having to manually touch the track. That rod sticking up is not the rod that comes from Tortoise that is supposed to be there. I dulled a pair of rail cutters on this, and we had to go to the Dremel and the cutoff wheel on it. So as you can see, it did come out. I was extremely nervous and really honestly lucky I didn't touch the rail or anything. One problem down, many more to go. Again, I want to say, in case the creator of this layout sees this, you did amazing work. There's a lot of really beautiful scenes. And there's a lot of things that are starting to fall apart that we need to get fixed. And I want to get it as close as I can back to its original condition, because I really do think that this was a beautiful layout. There's just a lot of these little details that need fixed. One of the not so little details that needs fixed is the building that used to go here. It immediately fell off when we turned this on its side for transport, and I think that's a good thing, because I can't even remember what building went there. It is wrapped up in bubble wrap somewhere, but I think I want to make this my big main industry on the layout, and I have a couple ideas for that. I also want to figure out an industry for up front, and maybe even a crew/yard office. I have an old kit that I think I can put right on that concrete pad, and I'm hoping I can move some of the other stuff just off to the side. I really want to keep all those barrels and things. And as for the background, I love these businesses here. I definitely want to keep those. So I'm hoping I can turn one of those background tracks there into kind of a rip track or maybe even a transload. It's just that perfect, charming New England town that I want to keep. Alright, I've avoided it long enough. Let's talk about this wiring mess. This is not pretty or organized. I don't have OCD, but it bothered the heck out of me. One of the first things I had to do was just go in here and cut all of the wires that seemingly went to nowhere. There wasn't even a main bus run, despite it being a DCC layout. So that's one of the first things I'm going to be doing to try to get this operational.
Excuse the mess. As you can see, we've got the old power cab plugged in. Red light is as that red light indicates, and as you can hear, we are semi-operational.
Oh no.
But we move. Now, it doesn't quite make it around the whole layout right now, but we are kind of getting there. As you can see, quite the mess. I got the drill out, I got the soldering iron out. And right about behind that mountain there is where we're going to lose it. Or mound. Yeah, right there. So what I'm finding is seemingly none of the original joiners and terminal feeds and wire drops that were in place, seemingly none of them are any good. And I'm having to rewire pretty much everything, which is unfortunate because I spent all the time hooking up the original wires after cleaning them out. As you can see, we have about 2/3 of the layout. I have to figure out that last loop. There is an IJ over on the far side behind that little mound, so I'm really hoping that one more set of feeder wires will do it.
I absolutely love this mountain. And I hate it. There is a pair of joiners in there. Feeder wires that were run, presumably before the mountain was put on. Because that is solid to the base. Like, there's plywood and screws and everything. It's not coming off. And that became a problem because there is a dead spot in there. And that led me to do something that was kind of done on the real thing on the prototype, but you don't see a lot done in model railroading, probably because it's pretty ugly. So let's take a look at it. What you see here are my jumper wires. As you can see, I run black on the inside, red on the outside. And what I did is I soldered to the good side, which is the close end here. And if I kind of angle this just right, I could probably even show inside there. See if we can get the flashlight in there. Yeah, there we go. So you guys can see the feeders in there. And there is an access panel back there, but it is very tight to try to get into. And I could not get in there, especially to solder the backside. So left the wires in place. And this was my solution, my workaround. It's not the prettiest. Plan is to probably cover it up with ballast at some point. But it allows for electricity to travel from the good rails, the live rails, to the dead rails. So with that, time to show you a full test. So there we have it. The layout is operational. Okay, the outer loop is operational. But that was already a bigger challenge than I thought it would be. There's still so much more to do, so I hope you guys stay along with me for the journey. And for those wondering, I'm checking the comments. I want to see if anybody got it right. This was $300. I mean, that might be the Facebook Marketplace deal of a lifetime. I'm so happy with this. I'm so excited to continue working on it and see where things go from here. Tweaking it, modifying it kind of more for what I want, and fixing everything else along the way. As you guys can see, I've got the road railers out. I plan to do a full video on those here shortly. Consider this a sneak peek. The plan was to use my Scale Trains Lehigh Valley Heritage Unit for Norfolk Southern, but that's being a bit of a drama queen, not wanting to make the full loop around the layout. Everything else has made it just fine, but not that. So with that, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll stay tuned, because I think this is now going to turn into a regular thing. I want to do a monthly Modeling Monday video, or something like that, where the first Monday of the month, we do a video just for model trains. We'll see if that's attainable. I have a lot that goes on in my life, and I've had a hard enough time keeping up with my rail fanning videos. But thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Stay tuned for more videos. Take care. Have a good day.